Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Of course, my name is Kent and the channel is EOS San Diego. So if you watched my video last night, you could probably tell that I was struggling to find stuff to talk about because there wasn't really a whole lot going on. Well, today, I think one of the biggest announcements in cryptocurrency was made. In fact, I think it's going to be a milestone for cryptocurrencies because today, JP Morgan launched their JPM cryptocurrency. So they've launched their own coin, their own cryptocurrency coin, which is probably, like I say, one of the biggest announcements that that's ever been made in blockchain. The reason for that is because it's giving blockchain legitimacy. So now blockchain is legitimate with the normal banking system because JP Morgan is one of the biggest banking conglomerates in the world. In fact, they're too big to fail. The CEO is Jamie Dimon. A lot of people in cryptocurrency know who Jamie Dimon is. Jamie Dimon's the one that said Bitcoin was junk, was worthless, was not worth anything, much like Warren Buffett. But at the same time, he's also saying blockchain had value. And today we're seeing that they were developing their own coin. They have developed their own coin, released today. So what this does is this legitimizes blockchain, like I said, because what's going on is that they need a quicker way to clear transactions. And that's what the blockchain's doing. It's giving them a quicker way to clear transactions. And of course, it's 1-for-1 with the US dollar. So they have institutional banks across the world, around the world, that's taking days and days and days to clear transactions. Maybe 3 to 4 days with a SWIFT or with wire transfers taking many, many days. With the blockchain, they're able to do it instantaneously. So this is legitimizing and giving value to the blockchain, showing how the blockchain is a superior way of doing transactions with the open ledger. So the way this works is that it's actually run on the Ethereum, or actually a version of Ethereum called Quorum. And what Quorum is it's kind of like an invited block producer or miner. So you're invited to be a miner, and then they have a way of voting for people as far as the way they're building the blocks, the way the distributed ledger works. So much like EOS, it's a voting system, but it's an exclusive voting system, and it's only for the select few. So I would kind of liken it almost to like flying private. So you can fly the public jet, the American Airlines, the Frontier Airlines, and then you got your private jets. They all use the same airways, you all use the same airports, but one's an exclusive club, the other is not, and that's the way this is. We've got the public blockchain, which is EOS and Ethereum, and then we got the private blockchain, which is like the JPM cryptocurrency. So this is the private invited blockchain. And some people are asking, where does that leave XRP? Because XRP has probably been one of the most active cryptocurrencies as far as trading. And now that the bank is just launching their own cryptocurrencies and they're not using XRP, where does that leave XRP? I don't know. I looked at the price today and it really hasn't declined much. And Ethereum was up a little bit. So really, I don't think much of this is already has settled in as far as how this is all going to play out. But this is going to affect it because XRP still may be able to work with smaller banking systems, whereas the bigger banking systems are probably going to develop their own blockchains, much like the JPM did today. So anyway, a big news. And of course, JP Morgan is one of the biggest institutions, financial institutions in the world, founded by John Pierpont Morgan, who was so wealthy that in his day, he was called upon to bail out the US government in the financial crisis, I believe in 1893. So that'd be like if Donald Trump, everybody thinks Donald Trump is so wealthy, but in no way, shape, or form would anybody ever think Donald Trump could come in and bail out the US government if it got in financial difficulty. John Pierpont Morgan was that wealthy. So when people talk about billionaires today, I don't think they measure up with what people were worth at that point, at that period in time, like a John Pierpont Morgan. In fact, I read a book when I was younger called The House of Morgan. It was about 1,000 pages, and it was a pretty interesting book on banking. But this is a huge development. This is absolutely unbelievably huge. This legitimizes blockchain. This gives blockchain foundation, and it gives blockchain something that in the future people are going to see this is the way things are going to work. Obviously, I mean, it is. So if you're watching this stuff from kind of like a distance or kind of thinking about dabbling in it might not be a bad time to get involved, because when JP Morgan launches their own cryptocurrency, And Jamie Dimon, who's the CEO, is pro blockchain. And it's interesting to me because Jamie Dimon hates Bitcoin, as we all know. But Jack Dorsey does. Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter. So I thought that was kind of an interesting idea too. One hates it and one loves it. So where's Bitcoin at? I don't know. I don't know how Bitcoin. But the other thing too is that they're based in Quorum, which is a protocol. Actually, it's called a version of Ethereum, but it's also it's done with voting. But the other thing about it is it's built on a smart contract. So the smart contract is the way of the future, whereas Bitcoin is a store of value. But anyway, I think today is one of the biggest days in cryptocurrency, biggest days on blockchain, because you're getting the legitimacy of a major financial institution. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.